So while Fred tears down from the wreckage of making YouTube videos, that's how you really stack mountain bikes, right there.
So why am I getting up so early to ride this Sunday? Well, I'm headed over to Emily's house, then we are off to Gold Canyon. Our viewers picked Gold Canyon for our next Sunday ride from our Ride Roulette survey, so off we go! Gold Canyon is a long drive for me since I live in the North Central Valley. We'll need to fill up the tank and get some snacks for after the ride. Built in 1993, the Lost Gold Mine Trail is an 11-mile multi-use single track that dives deep into the world-famous Superstition Wilderness. There are 3 trailheads to choose from: the Broadway Trailhead, the Cloudview Trailhead, and the Lost Gold Mine East Trailhead. Our ride begins at the Cloudview parking lot, which is situated at the east end of town of Gold Canyon. Unfortunately, we don't have much footage of the Lost Gold Mine Trail since my camera mount broke. Looks like we'll need to try it again. We recorded a tailgate talk about the experience of this trail, but we didn't want to judge the entire system based on this single experience. Just a note, we did not care too much about this trail. Luckily, our return trip was much better. Trail Forks came to the rescue for the following week. We headed south on Gold Canyon from the parking lot at a slight downhill, which allowed us to get properly warmed up for the ride. As we headed east into the sun on 2GM, which must stand for 2 Gila Monster, the trail was in decent condition. However, many of the trail intersections were not marked. Several times we had to review the Trail Forks app to make sure we were on the right trail. Gila Monster was a fun trail and not too complicated. It is mostly single track that meanders through the local flora. Unfortunately, the local flora here is trying to kill you with sharp, pointy things. Make sure you keep an eye out on the trail or you may end up getting a flat. I always recommend going tubeless while riding in the desert. Next we cut into Diamondback, which was a little bit more difficult than Gila Monster, but still a blue trail. It passed through a few arroyos and continued on a slight climb to K Trail. Our plan was to cut over to Jody's Dream, however we missed the trail intersection. Although we missed the other trail, the best part of the ride began. K-Trail heads down a large series of arroyos and rides like a roller coaster. This trail feels like it was designed by mountain bikers for mountain bikers. Sections of the trail had great names like Micro Moab, Shredder's Crossing, and Cosmic Ray Rock. This trail is rated black and we did need to dismount in a couple of sections. We are confident that with a few more rides we would do the entire trail without stopping. lower section of K-Trail was rated blue and was flowy with a slight downhill. It allowed us to get back into our zen-like mood before we caught the Old Horse Trail back towards the parking lot.
Tailgate Talk Part 2.
Part 2, yes. A huge difference from last week.
We just rode Lost Gold Mine.
Lost Gold Mine. How many miles we did? 10 miles? Like
10 and a half.
10 and a half, so like 5 miles out, 5 miles back. And that was a tough 10 miles.
Today we did 10 miles, almost 700 feet.
Yeah.
And what trails did we take?
So we started off with taking Gold Canyon south right from the parking lot, and we hooked into Gila Monster.
Right.
From Gila Monster to Diamondback, then to K-Trail, and then all the way through the upper K-Trail and the lower K-Trail.
To Old Horse.
To Old Horse, and then kind of back to Gold Canyon up
Right.
again.
So you can find all those trails on Trail Forks.
Trail Forks has it listed. Unfortunately, MTB Project does not
Does
have
not.
it. They only have the Lost Gold Mine Trail.
We'll have to
So,
fix that.
yeah.
But
And but first thing I want to say was just an incredible ride. It was absolutely fantastic compared to last week.
well, for sure, we both came back from the ride, and for us, our style of riding, we had our zen going, right? Like we feel good. You know, not too much climbing.
Yeah.
We found that especially sort of midsection of K-Trail was unbelievable. It's rated as a black, and we agree with that.
Oh yeah. It kind of reminds us of Phil's World and.
Phil's World meets like the Intrepid system. Phil's World's in Colorado, and the Intrepid system's in Moab.
Yeah, and it's just a kind of a combination. It's all here in Arizona, nice and local. It was just incredibly fun. I mean, I have to give kudos to the people who actually designed and built this trail because they did an incredible job.
Nice
And
job, guys.
Yeah,
Nice.
it
Nice
was
work.
so much fun. And
The reason it's so fun is there's an arroyo, and this trail hops across that arroyo on its way down. So you're on a nice 2% decline, and you cross a dozen times maybe.
yeah, back
and
and forth with features.
yeah, good features. The little bridge in there.
Yeah,
there's,
the bridge was on Gila Monster.
Oh, it was on
so-
Gila,
Yeah,
okay.
that was on Gila Monster. But they definitely gave you options. You could either do the crazy jump off the rock like our younger brethren would do, or we can take the easier way down, just kind of go down.
when
we
you're
did-
like us and you're 50.
Yes, we did have to get off a couple times during that trail, but definitely over time, I think it's something that we could actually learn and actually do the whole section.
No question, you could do this trail system no dab if you knew the lines.
Yeah,
So I give this trail system a huge thumbs up.
thumbs up as well.
And anybody that chooses to ride here, I think that trail, if you're a black rider, you'll enjoy it. If you need to build your skills, it's a great place to learn. Not a wild penalty for failure.
Nope.
So huge thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up.
This is the Vortex Trail. Fred and I have had many adventures in Sedona with plenty of vortices. Vorti? What's the plural for vortex? I don't know.
I think it's probably just vortexes.
But they're supposed to be a magical centering
yes,
supernatural
I think, yeah, very new age kind of thing. This one obviously looks like a
cow pie.
yeah
We'll call it the cow pie vortex.
cow pie.
No
Cow
disrespect.
pie.
No
Yes.
disrespect intended.